URT, URT, who are we? Big up the URT. This is the URT. What will go on, people? What go on? You are the URT. Big up Jamie Wayne. He said Rashford's finally done. Yeah, he's finally done. Wish him all the best, mate. Wishing him all the best. I don't know about the other words, my friend, but he's done. I think they've all been stealing a living. I don't think you can scapegoat one player, Jamie. But big up. Wish Rashford. I wish Rashford. Big up, people. Yeah, breaking news. That's the breaking news, people. I was, decided to do the show, and hopefully we're going to move on to big up later on. So big up to everybody. Love and light. Natalie here. With Rashford, all the best. He needs to leave England and revamp his career. Now, definitely. 100% agree with that. But big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Yeah, we got the tactical breakdown, me and Jarvis. Hopefully Jarvis will be with us soon. Yeah, that's your point of view to have, Jamie. That's your point of view to have. But you can't just sing and allow one player, though. They've all been shit. Majority of players who play for this football club are not been that great for the past 10 years. Nobody's been that great. Nobody has been that great. And the club's not been that great. The club's been run by fucking absolute muppets. And largely, these players, Jamie, do not give themselves a contract and they don't put themselves on a football pitch. But for me, Rashford will finish being in the top 20 of Manchester United goal scorers. He'll finish inside the top 20. So that's a mean feat from a kid who came from the academy. That's not a mean feat. So I'm not here to bash him. I think he should have gone in the summer. Should have gone on a high in the summer after the FA Cup. I think he should have gone and found himself another club. Me personally, but that's just me. Rumors. I don't think he'll go Saudi. I'll be shocked if he goes to Saudi. Honestly, whatever I see, watch along. That's Saeed Vas. You're just that uncle. Watching over. Yeah, big up. Big up, Nordin. All the best are all the best, but Nordin, it's time. Yeah, 100%. It's time. Yeah. I said it. I said Rashford should have gone in the summer. That's what I said. I said Rashford should have gone in the summer. He should have gone in the summer. And that's what I said. Yeah, so that's where I'm getting at, people. He should have left. I think he stayed. Sometimes you stay way too long. The club is a circus, not going anywhere, and he just lost motivation, and that's what's happened. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Big up to him. Majority of people who wanted him out should be happy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have that point of view, Jamie. Other people see it differently, innit? It is what it is. Bruno, Nacho, Rashford out. Let's open heart surgery. I don't think Bruno's going anywhere anytime soon, my friend. And I don't think he fits into the system either. He's not a really good number 10. He'll be next, I personally. Well, if this is a proper rebuild, then he should be going as well. It's time. It doesn't need the only club that makes even win against City feel minuscule as most of the news around Rashford leaving. Yeah, well, now it's done, innit? Now it's done. Listen, we celebrated a derby when it happened. People want to celebrate all week. We celebrated that. We're not a small club. We celebrated on the day. Now we're going to look at a tactical breakdown in a minute. Some of it on here, some of it on Big Up. But yeah, big up to everybody. Love and light. But yeah, we celebrated the derby on the day, bro. We did it on the day. So big up to you. Big up to everybody. Wish the fella well. He was wrong giving a contract. He's been through more managers than hot meals hanging to the academy aspect, but we need a spine in the academy players to thrive. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying to you. I said that no other fan base scapegoats. No other fan base scapegoats. Players first they told me it was Pogba. It was all Pogba's fault. Then they said it was Lingard. Then now they're saying it's Rashford, and I don't believe that. I think the club is rotten to the core. That's what I believe, and I think for me, I'll be celebrating if it was the fucking Glazers and Jim the Rat that were leaving. Rashford at least done bits in big games. We still have thrash like Maguire, Anthony, Mount, Hoyland. Fans think we go forward. Who's next scapegoat? Got Manu, Euro, Garnacho. Yeah, this is the next thing. Who's the next scapegoat? Yeah. But it is what it is. Atletico Madrid interested in Garnacho. I think he wants to go to Real Madrid, Garnacho. He's got his eyes on Real Madrid. Big up Northern see Marcus go. His heart wasn't in him. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think he just lost motivation. I think he's only so many managers, so many things you go through. I think you lose motivation. And I think if you all look at your own life, there has been jobs that you've done where you've lost motivation. Rashford deserves criticism as players do playing well. However, some who doesn't live in England from the outside point of view, pundits and fans are beyond disgusting. Well, some of them are. I don't think all of them are. I think some of the criticism of Rashford is fair, is football based, and some of it is bullshit. We ain't a charity, no player bigger than a club. See you down, the others will join soon. Yeah, I don't think anybody's saying that Manchester United are a charity. Jamie, I don't think anybody's saying that. So you say Bruno is a number 8 after years of forcing every manager to play him in camp. He's a Europa League level. United need a world-class number 8. Bruno should be sold ASAP. Big up, Jarvis. How you doing?
Big up. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. Just reacting to the news that broke earlier tonight. I don't think it's that deep. I really don't think it's that deep. I think writing's on the wall. Rashford understood it and he's come out and get ahead of it. And he said he wants a new challenge. I personally think he should have gone last summer or the summer before. You know what I mean? He should have gone on a high. I think that sometimes people just get stuck in their ways and they lose motivation. And I think it happens to every human being. I wish him all the best. And I think, a lot of the things he said, but we'll break it down in it. We'll go into it. Let me just find Henry Winter. I mean, they've all heard it, really. We don't need to break it down, really. We don't need to go through it. But he basically said he needs a new challenge. And I think he should have took it in the summer. And I think he should have left in the summer. But at the end of the day, it'll be January. Most likely what would happen, I think, is just going to speculate, putting it out there. It'll be a loan it'll be a loan to go somewhere. I think maybe Italy, Spain, or France. If I was him, I would go to Roberto De Zerbi because he's got an incredible record of improving players, really coaching players, development, doing developmental coaching. So that's what I would do. But your initial reaction, Jarvis?
Yeah, this is the statement from Henry Winter. He says, for me personally, I think I'm ready for a new challenge. So he wants to move on and the next step. So he's ready. So he says, when I leave, it's going to be no hard feelings. We're not going to have any negative comments from me about Manchester United. That's me as a person. If I know that situation is already bad, I'm not going to make it worse. I've seen how other players have left in the past, and I don't want to be that person. When I leave, I'll make a statement, and it will be from me, Henry Winter. So basically, that's the statement, and you all read it. I think it's a mature statement. I think it's a good thing to leave without at least a public grudge, and I think it's best for all parts. But I also believe that you are onto something. You should have left a couple of seasons ago, leave on a high, and we know from Pogba. We know what Pogba said. He wanted to leave, but they wouldn't let him. maybe, I don't know, but maybe this is the situation with Rashford. Maybe he wanted a new beginning. I don't know. What do you think? Can we speculate? Oh, you're muted.
We know the track record of this football club, that it wants to keep hold of players. So I won't be surprised. But I think he should have took control in the summer and said, see you later. They need a new challenge. I think that's what he should have done. Like I said, I think maybe he's got a couple of more years. There's reports of being linked to Saudi clubs. I don't think he's going to go to Saudi. I think it's Spain, France, or Germany. Italy, I don't know if Rashford's game will suit Italy. I think Spain, I think might suit him. I think France, if I was him, De Zerbi's got an incredible record of improving players. I would go to Marseille, me personally. That's what I would do. It's up to me. I would go there till the end of the season from January on loan there, and then find a thing. Go and work with a real coach to really improve him. You know what I mean? That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Me personally, yeah.
But when we look back at Rashford's career at Man United, he's been here since he started playing for the senior team when he was 17, or was it 18 when he came through?
Yeah, I think around 17, yeah.
And now he's 27, so it's about 10 years, 10 seasons.
Yeah, 10
9 seasons. Yeah. So, you know, it's not just the 2 last seasons that's been bad or dreadful. It's he had his purple patches and he had his downs.
But Manchester United has never been a stable football club for any footballer to thrive, Jarvis.
Yeah,
no footballer has thrived at this football club.
It's true. It's
constantly changing managers, giving players contracts, no developmental style to coach. The day that Louis van Gaal left his football club, we were in trouble. The day that Louis van Gaal left his football club, because he was the one who bought the youngsters, and we didn't see it through with him. We didn't see how he was going to develop and shape some of these young players, but it didn't. But genuinely, I really don't want to spend too much time on it, but I want to get your reaction quickly and to see what you think of it all throughout. I mean, his record is actually quite decent, actually. Big up Nate, he says, well, it's counting, so he might be playing more games, but 426 games, 180 goals at United. It's not bad either. I think that's the 20th highest goal scorer for Manchester United. That's reasonable.
Yeah, you know, he's been here, as we said, 9-10 seasons, at least 9 seasons. I will have to check when he first came through the ranks. But it was under Louis van Gaal. How long is that? Was it 16-17 season? No, that was Mourinho. Maybe it was the one before.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to check on
you think about it. Jose came. He's basically that. When Jose was there, he was never the main guy. He was coming on and off. Ollie, he was the main guy. You know what I mean? The biggest thing I would say, I don't know many players who had a broken bone in their back playing for United, playing in a final Europa League final when he couldn't put a boot on. So there are things where he put his physical health on the line for this football club. And I do actually think he loves the football club, but I think he's just falling out of love. You know, sometimes you're in relationships. You love the person, but you're not in love with them. And I don't think he was in love with football towards the end, United. But we'll see what happens. But I want to get on to more pressing things, Jarvis. But we'll go ahead, finish your thing, and then...
Yeah, I was just going to... let's do a quick recap on Marcus's career so far. This is transfer marked, and he played the FA Youth Cup for the youth team under 21s, but he came through in the Europa League. I think it was Midtjylland. He was thrown on and scored a couple of goals, and then he scored in the following game against Arsenal under Louis van Gaal. And that was 2015-16 season. So that season he played 11 games for Man United and scored 5 goals, 2 assists. So he actually did quite well coming through the ranks, you know, as a young guy. The year after, he played 32 games. First year as a regular starter, 5 goals that season. I believe that was the first season under Mourinho. And I think he started a lot of the games as a sub. He came on, and Jose Mourinho used to swap him and Martial. They played one game, and the other one started on the bench, and the other one came in. So he was used as a super sub in a way. 5 goals that season, and the next season you see Premier League here. He played 35 games, 7 goals, 5 assists, still under Jose Mourinho. Next season, 33 goals, 33 games, 10 goals. So he didn't really start hitting on until under Oli in the 1920 season. He scored 17 goals in the league, 7 assists in 31 games. But he was still young, so his numbers are what you can expect from a teenager. Now he's starting to becoming a early 20s. In 2001, he scored 11 goals. So he had a bit of a down season again after 17 the year before. Season after, 4 goals in the 25 games. And then we had the good season, the first season of Ten Hag, 35 games, 17 goals in the league. But after that, it's been dreadful. 7 goals in 33 games, and now this season, 4 goals in 15 games. So when you look at it, if you look at its stats, it's never been extreme high numbers. It was 17 at his best. But, he's played as a winger, forward, left forward. So 2 decent seasons here in the last 10 years. And I think this is his level, the stats don't lie when it comes to that amount of time, 10 years. So maybe we are expecting too much. Maybe he was never that guy. Maybe he was never the new Mbappe or the new Rodri or whatever, So I don't know. How do you see it, Noradin? Do you think we put too much weight on his shoulder? That was why he left his heart?
Of course. And that's the same way where I was telling people not to get over gas about Kobe, because I saw it coming. Rashford, he scored a couple of goals, and everybody thinks he's a world beater. And then when he doesn't live up to the expectations that they put on him, then people then have a go at him. Do you know what I mean? So he can't win. Yeah. He's a good footballer, Marcus Rashford. He's not a world beater. I don't think he's ever been developed as a footballer. And if you look at what you just put, he played way too many games as a youngster without proper developmental plan, without being bought in, taken out. At times, the club relied on him. And I didn't like the way Oli treated him and Martial in terms of both of them to try to be robust and play so many games and stuff like that. We shouldn't be. He should have been.
17, he played more than, I would say, when you come to Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup, it's 2,500, 2,600 minutes of football. And that's extremely high for a guy at that age. And this is what we've been talking about last season. And when it comes to Kobe, as you mentioned, Garnacho, others of these young players coming in and actually getting overplayed. They played too many minutes. You have never time to develop. You should be able to sit on the bench sometimes, look at the game, and not be forced to be a regular starter. And the Man United history has learned us this with young talents, George Best, Norman Whiteside, Lee Sharp, other players coming through the ranks. Ferguson took a stand on this, and he really protected. I remember he really protected Ryan Giggs. There was a lot of talk in the media at that time in the early 90s that he was not going to be a new Norman Whiteside or George Best. He was under Ferguson's protection. Do you remember that, Noradin?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I remember him going to like parties to protect him from the press, to protect everything. That's what happened. But for me, I don't think this news is too deep. I really think that. I think if you don't pay attention to football, you're just a casual if you don't understand that young players need developmental plan. And when we sacked Van Gaal and we brought Jose in, Jose don't deal with young players. No. He was never going to get anything out of young players, really.
McTominay, young player of the season.
I mean, come on.
He pretended like he did.
Yeah, it was a joke. He got him a trophy. Yeah.
But it's one of those. But I'm fine with Rashford leaving. I think it's best for both parties, and I think we should just move on.
100%.
And for us,
no, like I said, for me,
we can't be a consistent team with inconsistent players. That's the biggest problem. So for me, I think Rashford has been the problem the last couple of seasons as a player.
My only worry is that who's the next scapegoat out of the young players? Is it going to be Ahmad? Is it going to be Kobe?
It's Garnacho already, I believe. Garnacho
no, Garnacho will leave when he wants to leave. But I'm talking about like the type of like young players who've come through. Is it Kobe who's going to be, or is it going to be another youngster who comes through? There's going to be somebody that the fan base want to scapegoat. I just want to reply what Jamie said here. Yeah, and you know what, Jamie? That club doesn't exist anymore because that club had stability. The reason why you watch Ballers is that because that club could develop young players and that club could attract ballers. And we don't do that. We turn Ronaldo into a step-over merchant, into the best player in the world within a couple of years. Obviously, a lot of it came from him, but the environment was there for him to develop. So that club is no longer there. And I think we need to not harbour onto that football club. We're a different football club now. Bankers were in charge, sacking managers right, left and centre, giving big contracts to players who've done fuck all. And at the end of the day, if you, Jamie, was in the same position, if you were Rashford, you're not going to say no to 350 grand a week. You're not. And nobody in this chat is going to say no for that. You question the people who don't have a clue about the standards and what the standards that we try to get back to. But like I said, I don't want to really spend too much time on him. I think we've had our say. Wish him all the luck. Great memories for me. He's one of those players, academic graduates who scored against in the big games against the big teams. And yeah, he got a couple of winners. He's won what? So he will leave properly with 2 FA Cups.
Europa
League, a League Cup.
And League Cup, yeah.
That's it. That's what he leaves.
Yeah, that's it. So,
that's what he leaves. That's it. That's been 10 years, really. Menus Perron won't stand for any slander. All he leave if silly side of the fan base try. Hansi Flick loves Mainu Garnacho. We better not let our talented group go. Well, for me, I mean, I was saying it last season that Kobe should go and find a stable club to go and play better football. You know what I mean? To be developed and coached. So I just hope that Amorim can develop and coach him and not play him to death. Because there is a problem when you got young players who play too many games.
Yeah. But Noradin, do you think when he missed the penalty in the Euros, the final against Italy, do you think that influenced him? Because for me, I feel like that was kind of a turning point in his career.
Say that again.
The penalty he missed in the final against Italy in the Euros. Do you think that was a turning point?
I think so. I think it was that summer, innit? He should have had the operation, but instead he went to England, came off the bench, and he never even touched the ball before he had to take a penalty. I think that might have affected him. But at the end of the day, like I said, I personally think he should have left last summer, and I said that, and I think everybody can see that. So it is what it is. But I don't want to really lose sleep over it. Like I been on this channel, and I said my biggest regret is that him and Martial were never in a stable football club where they could really develop, where we could have seen the ceiling of the potential. Because potential is one thing, doing it is another thing, isn't it? You know what? Doing it is another thing. So that's the bit. It will always be a regret for me. And I was one of those fans at the end that got bored with passing between the centre halves. But
from me to you to me.
And we needed
Smalling and Jones.
Yeah, we needed to give Van Gaal another season and better recruitment. But we're not that club. We've not been that club. And Van Gaal said it. We were a commercial football club. We were not a football club.
But to turn it around, to look at it from another angle, shouldn't the club have done something with this Marcus Rashford situation a long time ago? because he lost his. Why did we accept it to go? It went too far, you know. It's gone too far now.
Yeah, but because this football club is run by clowns. So what do you expect the club to do?
Should we focus on that, not focusing on Rashford, focus on the Glazers, INEOS,
this is it.
And the management of the club allowing this to happen. You know,
this is it. This is what my always is.
You're dealing with people. You're not dealing with things. These are people. Football players are people. And they should be treated like that. And, you know, if I have employees and they lose their motivation, I will talk to them. I try to figure out things. And sometimes you have to be blunt. You have to say, if you don't want to be here, it's okay. You are allowed to go. I won't hold any grudge. So, I don't know. Maybe the club should have done differently.
The club is run by clowns.
Yeah.
So the club was never going to do anything. So it is what it is at the end of the day. That, like I said, the day that we sacked Van Gaal and got Mourinho, he was never going to develop anybody.
No.
Other than that, because Scott McTominay listened to him and he kicked the ball back when we're all saying attack, attack, attack. I was in the stadium and I think we were drawing 1-1 against Crystal Palace or somebody, I don't know who it was. And we were like, attack, attack, attack. And Scott McTominay was over the halfway line with the ball and he turned back. Jose was like this. He turned back and passed back to the centre of centre house, give it to the goalkeeper. And then he started clapping him. Started doing that. And it was just like, what the fuck? And that season he invented it. He went and bought a trophy. He told somebody to go and buy him a trophy. And he invented saying, yeah, he's the best young player. A special award.
And he benched Pogba in the Sevilla game.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And that's the game I watched. That's the first ever game I walked out of, I think. No, that was the first Champions League game I ever walked out of. Because he told Marcus Rojo to just hoof the ball to Fellaini. And I was like, I'm done with this shit. Yeah.
That was the plan B, always turning into plan A.
God. Yeah. But people, please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Let me just have a look at what we had on the agenda tonight. Couple of things. Rashford was the thing. I think we've all said it. Let me see. I think, like I said, the speculations is that he'll probably go on loan with the option to buy in the summer. That's what will happen with him, I think, with Rashford. But yeah, let's have a look at what you're thinking about Spurs, Jarvis. Looking out to Spurs, are you bothered? Do you think can Manchester United? Are you bothered about the League Cup? Is that a competition that you're enthralled with, that you would like to win? I think I just want to win because I want to keep us to keep the momentum. That's what I would like Manchester United to be able to do. But I'm not really asked about the League Cup. I think I'm even prepared to go out the FA Cup so that the manager has time on the training ground, me personally. I don't know about how you feel.
Well, we talked a little bit about this on Jarvis's Corner yesterday about your opinion on this. I mentioned your name. Boumbaye was on, by the way. And
okay, big up.
Yeah. So we talked about it, and the conclusion from the panel was you might be right, Noradin, on this, but you might be wrong because it's not Ten Hag anymore playing the same team and playing them to death. It's Amorim rotating the team. So being in a lot of competitive games might be good for the squad because you will have more players involved, more game time, and training on the system. So I don't know. What's your thoughts? Are you set on leaving all?
No, because the most important thing for me is not it's that it can create the competitive nature within training. The last hour in training is usually 8 aside, and that's what I want the club. The sooner the better we start doing that, the better. And that he can train at the moment. What the training that he's doing is walking pace. He come out many times and said, we're doing things in walking pace and we're doing things on video, you know. So I'd rather have him doing it in real pace and create that culture, because I think the league for me is what matters to me. We've not won it for 13 years nearly now, right? So 12 years. So for me, that's the most important thing. Europe is not that big of a deal for me,
No,
because
I agree on that. I
we
agree on
do
that.
fuck all in the Champions League. We don't compete in the Champions League. Big up to Shaqarian, by the way. Shaqarian is not with us. I don't think he's with us, but his granddad passed away last night, so we send our condolences to him and his whole family. Lots of love. Big up, Jamie. Yeah, so big up to Shaqarian.
Yeah.
Love to him and his family, and condolences for the loss of his granddad. By the sound of it, his granddad sounded like a legend. So yeah, sending him love, and the whole family love. But yeah, so for me, it's about creating a culture in a training ground, and I think if you create that culture in a training ground, it lifts the standards, because that's what we've missed. So, and I think then they will be able to get the system quicker, because I'm not asked about winning.
But you see
I'm
my
not
argument.
asked about winning. Yeah, but I'm not asked about winning another Europa League. Like, I'm genuinely not, and I genuinely think the most. I always say this, and I think it can fall on deaf ears to people, but I am always believe that when a new coach comes in, if he hasn't got a preseason, you have to give him time on the training ground. You have to give the coach a time and the coaching staff time in the training ground. Yeah, some of the people see it differently, and I respect people's opinion, through competitively, but you're not training at full speed. So then how can you judge players in a competitive edge? Because they can look a bit confused, like we've seen in so many games. Sometimes they look like they get the system, sometimes they look a bit confused. But in terms of Spurs, I like to beat Spurs because it's a big game and I want to keep the momentum and I want us to try to go and win an away game there. But yeah, I think it's 2-leg in it, the semi-final. If you got through to the semi-final, it's 2-leg.
No, I think they been that. It's only one.
It's just one leg. Okay, so then it's fine then. Then it's fine.
It's
the
a
players
quarterfinal with it.
also need experienced first team if they sit on the bench because they aren't first just. No, and I think you could change the teams. I think there's plenty of games. I really think without having to be stuck with Europa League. I really think that. I'll even maybe focus on the cup domestics, but I just despise the Europa League. It's a painful reminder where we are as a fucking football club. That's what it will remind me. We would Manchester United when I was growing up never played in the UEFA because we were always first. Yeah, big up.
Big up. I have this one. I want to ask the chat.
No. Listen, you don't have to keep your opinion to yourself, man. This is a freedom of speech channel. As long as you not insulting people or degrading or dehumanizing, keep it 100%, Jamie Wayne, because we need to keep it 100%. I just need to let Scholes out for a minute. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, I can ask the chat this question if you want to let the cat out. If Marcus Rashford leaves Manchester United, who would be your ideal replacement? And when it comes to transfers, you guys know much more than me, and you probably have a lot of good candidates who can come in and fill Rashford's shoes and a little bit more. I heard mentioning of what's his name again? The Napoli guy, Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah,
I think he could be a guy that will maybe fit into this Amorim system because of his technicalities, ability to drive with the ball, progressive carries.
You know what? I actually think I really like Kudus. I think he's a goal scoring number 10 already. Naturally, can play in the pockets, can play in the hole. He's very good at technically keeping the ball. He's not a guy who loses the ball easily. I actually prefer Kudus to Kvaratskhelia because I'm just very suspect of that. Anybody who plays in that league, I'm just telling you, I'm just very suspect. A lot of people love this guy, but for me, Mohamed Kudus would be a brilliant. I think because he can already play in the pocket. He's very good on the ball. He can slip people in, and he's a goal scoring number 10. Or maybe maybe. And I actually can see him playing as a wing back as well, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you need a wing back,
The versatility.
yeah, he's got
But he's a bit inconsistent. He has some good games and sometimes he's invisible, and that worries me a little bit. You know, he plays for West Ham. It should be a consistent starter for them. I don't think he plays every game again for them.
New managers come in. I don't think he's been the first team player.
No.
But under Moyes, he was banging in goals. We saw it game after game. We're never gonna get Rafinha. Barcelona are not gonna sell. He's their best player. He's their captain. And we don't have the money to get Rafinha, or Kvaratskhelia. Napoli will want 100 million. I don't think he's worth 100 million, and I don't want any player out of Serie A.
You saw him in the Euros playing for Georgia.
Yes,
he was good. He was.
He was good. He was good, but I'm just like, I like Premier League proven players, guys who already know, don't need no time to settle in. Who know the system, who know, boom, to get going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I see Rafa Leao, he gets a shout.
No.
And lower class Brom comes in and say Matheus Cunha, obvious solution. He's good. He's good at Wolves. Maybe if Wolves gets relegated, we have a chance.
Yeah, maybe.
Is he Portuguese or is he Spanish?
He's Brazilian.
Oh, Brazilian. Yeah, okay.
He's Brazilian, yeah. Cunha's Brazilian, yeah.
Or maybe we don't have to replace Marcus at all. You know, maybe we can just stick with. I
think we need a left wing back. I think that's what we need anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a left wing back.
Yeah.
But I would like. I've always liked Mohamed Kudus. I always think that's a guy who needs to play for a big club. And Liverpool are linked with him. There's rumours about Liverpool. There's rumours about Arsenal. And I'm like, United need to get him before anybody else. Nah, I'm not asked about that. They only missed 2 games anyway if they go to the AFCON. That never stopped Liverpool, did it?
No.
Liverpool had Salah and Mane. And Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah. That never stopped them. Look what they did.
Well, I wouldn't play Rashford if he's on his resignation. So no from me. I don't think so.
Well, he has to play because we need some money. We need to get some money for him, so he has to somehow play. Jarvis, he has to play. Yeah. He wants to leave, but we have to get some value. You know, he loses value. The more we keep him on the bench, then we're not going to get any money from him, and we need that because he's a homegrown player. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So he needs to play, and actually play well if he can, and then hopefully
maybe it's better just to keep him on the bench then.
Yeah, maybe.
Stinker.
Everyone. Thursday's game is the 2 most unpredictable teams in the league. Genuinely cannot predict who will be. Back in the day, United beating Spurs 3 points guaranteed. Well, obviously, yeah, this is a cup game. It's a League Cup game, but I know what you mean. Both of them are like that. Al Nouri from Wolves again is a great left wing back. Yeah. Nuno Mendes is better. It's better for the left back. Nuno Mendes. Oh, Nuno Mendes from Paris Saint-Germain. He's never leaving there. He's never leaving there, mate. He'd be amazing. Kvaratskhelia is the guy Champions League proven. Yeah, no, to be fair, he was good in the Champions League. I think he's a good player. I don't know how old he is. How old is he? I don't know how old he is. Is he in the early 20s? Oh, he's in mid-20s by now.
Kvaratskhelia. He's born in 2001.
Okay.
So yeah, he has to be older than that. Yeah, he's 23. Yeah. So yeah, he's still young.
Okay. Well, I think they want 100 million. Do you think Manchester United have got 100 million euros to pay for it?
No way. And I actually heard when it comes to Napoli that we are looking at the Osimhen.
Oh,
because
okay.
yeah, because we need a proven striker more than a left winger in this system.
Yeah. Palmer will be amazing. Palmer will be amazing. Cole Palmer, but he's never coming out of Chelsea.
No.
He's their best player by absolute miles. He's a United fan. I United fan. His whole family. But it is what it is. He'd be perfect in that number 10 role.
Yeah, you never know in football, but I don't think so. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. People, we're going to do a bit of a tactical breakdown. Come on, please follow us on Big Up. Let me just send them the link. Come and join us on Big Up as we talk about the City game. Talk about where Manchester United went well, where Manchester United went wrong. Unfortunately, Jarvis, I can't make you the admin on there, but you can do your own tactical board on here and you can share it on there. So people, we're going to carry on the conversation. We're going to, apparently, our rivals are saying that we're boring with Amorim. We just keep the ball and we don't attack teams and all that. I'm like, hey, you're playing compact football, playing decent possession football, and you know what? I fucking love it. So you know what? Cry a little bit more. Cry a little bit more. People are like, oh, the derby was boring. It wasn't boring for me. It was not fucking boring for me. We kept possession. We totally shut them out. We stopped them. They couldn't get into the flow of their game. And they just scored from a fluky, flipping, deflected header. And we were the better team in the second half. So, yeah, cry me a river. But people, listen, there's a new platform. I'm on there, and there's even more freedom of speech there. Even more freedom of speech there. Bigup.com. Come over there now. We're going to go there now. So come over there. We're going to start the show on there now. Come over there and watch us and join. 18 of you have already joined. So sign up, subscribe to United Real Therapy. Let me just show them what it looks like. Big up, people. Let me just show them. Sorry. Present.
Yep.
There you go, people. Look, we can start the stream over there. We're going to start the stream over there. So please come and join us. We're going to carry on the talking points. We're going to do the bit of the tactical showdown. So please come over there now, people. Let's go. Let's be having you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not that hard. You just have to leave your register with your. I think you have to register your email and create a nickname, and then you're good to go.
That's it. You just need to give an email and a nickname, and that's it. It's the same thing you would do for YouTube. So let's go, people. Let's go. Right, we're going to end it here. Join us on there. We're going to start the stream there. Big up.
Big up. Big up.
Join us on there. Join us on there now.